and welcome you to the Dragons Den as your Lake Orion Varsity men's basketball team is going to take on the Bulldogs of Romeo. This is a annual game. These two teams play each other every year, even though they're not in the same conference. They always alternate sites, so one year they'll be at Romeo, the next they'll be at Lake Orion, and so forth. I'm your host, Kevin McCormick, along with my partner, Chris Pappas. Chris, what do you expect from today?
Well, there's a couple things I'm looking for in this one. How will Lake Orion contain kind of the star for the Romeo Bulldogs, number 23, Blake McRae? He's a three-point shooter, really a threat from the perimeter. But like we were talking before the broadcast, if you get physical with him, you might be able to frustrate him and get him out of his zone. Another thing I'm looking for is the full court press from Lake Orion, the full court defense. It disrupts teams the last couple weeks, and we'll see if that carries on tonight with Romeo. And then a player to watch for me is Drew Van Heck off the bench for Lake Orion. He's their most physical player. He provides the most hustle, and he can help spread the floor with his perimeter shooting.
Yeah, Romeo coming in there 1-3. They haven't played a single game in the MAC White, which is their conference. They are not in the OAA because they are a team that is, I think they're in Macomb, I believe. But yeah, they're 1-3, but they're 0-0 in their conference. But you still don't want to take them lightly. They're still a physical team, and they have height. They don't have a single guy under 6 foot, and their tallest guy is 6'8", almost matching Nate Talbot. So it's gonna be really interesting to see how Nate Talbot kind of combats that, because this is really his first test with people that are somewhat his size. I mean, granted, he still has almost a whole foot on, but most teams haven't really had this type of height on their team. So it definitely will be interesting to see how Nate Talbot kind of handles this kind of height.
And like you said, yeah. Last week against Troy Athens when we were on the broadcast, they had nobody that could contain Nate Talbot due to his height. This week, Blake Woodward for Romeo, like you said, listed at 6'8", is going to provide Nate Talbot a little bit of a struggle. We'll see if he can work through the post against him, and they can kind of run their offense through Talbot tonight.
Romeo being they have a good mix of players. They are a relatively old or young team. They're kind of a balanced team. They have a good amount of seniors and juniors and a couple sophomores on the roster as well. So they definitely have a lot of experience, but they definitely have a lot of newbies as well. So it should be a good game. I'm expecting a good physical game from both teams. Romeo, they are known for being a physical team. So we'll see if they can live up to that tonight.
Yeah, and we'll see if Lake Orion's perimeter shooting can carry on into this one as well. Like we said last week, they were shooting the lights out from the perimeter, which definitely helped them come away with some games this past week as they put their undefeated record on the line.
It looks like we're about to have the national anthem, so we'll be back with you guys at tip-off. This is the home of Dragon basketball.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Hello and welcome back. You're looking live at the Dragons Den once again as we just had the national anthem and the starting lineups. Again, I'm your host, Kevin McCormick, along with Chris Pappas. It should be a good game for the Dragons, and looks like the starting line right now for the Dragons is Isaiah Harris, Jake Reichers, Nate Talbot, Kyle Loken, and Drew Van Heck. Jack Cummins actually got hurt in the last game against Lapeer last Friday. He hurt his ankle. Don't know the severity of the injury, but he's not on the bench right now. So hopefully he's all right as the Dragons get the opening tip-off. Reichers inside to start off the game. Good tip from Talbot.
Great set play there off the jump ball. Leaves Hunter with the bucket.
Chris Riley now. He's at the top of the key over the Heimbuck. Heimbuck over to McRae. McRae apparently Romeo's best player, so we'll see how we will keep tabs on him tonight. Bulldogs just passing it around now, trying to find something inside. It's like McRae with the ball now. Gets it back to Heimbuck. Inside now, blocked! Blocked by Van Heck, good job by Van Heck, the chase down block. Getting to Chris Riley from behind.
Good discipline there by the Lake Orion defense, staying with it and finishing off that play with the block.
McRae trying to inbound from the baseline. Huge heave over near half court. That ball almost back court. Ref didn't call it, said it was tipped. Heimbach now rolling to his left. Little jumper from the free throw line. That one no good. Off the rim. Rebounded. That one's in. That was Brandon Owens. He got the board. Put it back up. Good job for him. 2-2 now. Bulldogs playing a full court press now. Dragons no stranger to that. They've seen that for most of the season. Cutting Van Heck inside the left-hand lamp. It's good. Good court vision from Isaiah Harris to get that to Van Heck.
With Jack Cummins out, Lake Orion running that big lineup with Van Heck and Nate Talbot playing the power positions.
McRae with the ball now, trying to set up a play. No one really moving around for Romeo.
It'll be interesting to see, too, if McRae starts to become more aggressive as the game comes on, because he looks a little complacent right now.
Really at the top of the key now. Gets that one back to McRae. Hands it off to Heimbach. Again, not a lot of motion from this Bulldog offense. I got to stand around as McRae for three. That one in and out. Tough bounce and took a foul on the court. Looks like that's going to be on Romeo.
Yeah, Romeo being very patient on offense. We'll see if that carries on throughout the game or if this is kind of just them warming up and trying to get into their offense here early on.
Lyquist now. He's got to go. He's only got a couple seconds before he has to get across half court. There you go, Isaiah Harris, and it's like a foul. That will be on 24, Brandon Owens. That'll be his first.
And I wonder how long Romeo will go with this full court press against Lake Orion, because Lake Orion has gotten some good looks out of it early on.
Yeah, it definitely takes a lot of athleticism to play a full court press, and takes a lot of energy, a lot of stamina. Basketball's already a tough sport in itself. When you add a full court press, it definitely takes a lot more stamina. So like that foul was a push foul on Weston Jones. That's his second already. Talbot inside, tough bounce, couldn't get it. That one rebounded. Oh, tipped away. Isaiah Harris inside, no good. Rebound by Loken. He gets the tap in. The pickpocket from Isaiah Harris, and then a missed layup from Harris resulted in a rebound for Loken, who put it back in.
Again, there's that hustle too with Lake Orion. Show it every time.
And a charge right there. Van Heck, known for taking charges, gets one right there, forcing the foul on a driving McRae who was trying to hit the cutting Chris Riley right there.
And that's what Drew Van Heck does. He provides that hustle and that physical play, doing it once again for Lake Orion.
Glad Drew didn't get hurt, because even if he didn't get that foul right there, he still went out of bounds on Romeo. As that one goes out of bounds, I think it will stay Lake Orion ball.
Solid rim protection there by Romeo.
Yeah,
Drew going hard to the paint there and got blocked.
Yeah, good defense from the Bulldogs right there. Loken inbounding near the far logo. Harris now takes a three from the top of the key. That one no good, tough bounce. Rebounded by McRae. Long court press picked off by Van Heck down the left base or sideline. He's gonna slow it down and try to set up a play. Dragons known for a half court offense, what they're trying to set up right now. Not really known for a run and gun type of team. Especially when we have somebody like Talbot, definitely the half court offense is to your benefit. Is that one a bad pass from Van Heck just over the fingertips?
You like the idea there, though, by Van Heck. It was a good idea. It was there if the pass was made correctly. Nate Talbot would have had a wide open layup.
Looks like we have a timeout on the floor. Dragons lead 6-2, 4:57 to go in the first quarter.
The LOHS Dragon Broadcast Program and Orion Neighborhood Television have teamed up to bring you live broadcasts of several LOHS games and events throughout the school year. That includes all varsity boys basketball, varsity girls basketball, and varsity hockey this winter. If you aren't able to be in attendance, you can watch many games and events online. A subscription costs less than $10 per month, and half of the money goes back to the LOHS broadcast program. It's a great option for friends and family who might not live in the area. Check out the live stream of Dragon Sports at www.dragonbroadcasting.org. ONTV thanks our student crews for their hard work and dedication to bring Dragon Sports to the world.
After a quick timeout, looks like no substitution made for either team. Romeo inbounds from the baseline. Here comes Heimbach up the left side. Long pass to Brandon Owens. Owens driving inside. Almost blocked by Harris. He's fouled. Harris came in hard trying to get the block, and Owens faked the shot, which messed up the timing of that block from Harris, and ended up drawing the foul.
I do like how Nate Talbot did stay on his feet, didn't go for the pump fake. Harris going for that block behind and getting the foul call, but Nate Talbot being very disciplined early on.
Excuse me, Weston Jones is the one that was fouled on that. His first free throw. Making the score 6-3, a one-possession game now. Second free throw from Weston Jones, no good. Off the back iron, rebound by Van Heck. Gives that one off to Loken. Loken gives it off to Harris. Harris driving to his left. Hands up to Kyle. Loken almost lost a handle of it. Back to Harris at the top of the key. Pick and roll now. Harris, the floater, no good. Bad bounce. McRae with the rebound. Here come the Bulldogs. McRae gonna slow it down. Pass it over to Heimbutt. Really now. McRae almost looked kind of confused right there. Didn't expect to get the ball. And a very slow offense for Romeo. Oh, that one's picked off again. Oh, Van Heck fell.
But again, that's Van Heck providing that hustle and that physical play. Didn't complete the steal, but he's showed so much energy early on that he usually provides off the bench.
I think Van Heck kind of looked up a little bit too early, tripped over his own feet right there as he saw the open court. Tight defense from Harris now. Heimbutt. Pat tried to get that one off to Chris Really, but that one is off the hands of Really, and it will go out of bounds if he dragged the ball.
Dragons catch a little bit of a break there. Romeo had a wide open layup if that pass was complete.
Yeah, Really definitely did have a wide open layup. It's a long pass to Van Heck. Good job by Van Heck using his body. Flip to Talbot. Talbot inside. Good job by Van Heck to be a wide receiver right there and go for the ball, using his body to shield away the defender and get a good flip to Talbot again. Van Heck doing everything. Driving inside. What a fake, and he finishes.
Drew Van Heck has been everywhere for the Dragons early on here. He's putting on a show here defensively.
That one tipped away by Talbot. Here comes Harris. Harris gives off to Reichwitz. He lost the handle of it. That was going to go out of bounds. But Van Heck doing everything, being the defensive main out there right now. I believe he has, I think, at least 3 steals.
Yeah, and he could have had 4 if that last one, if he could stay on his feet. But gotta love what Drew Van Heck is doing for this Dragons team early on.
It looks like Romeo's made a little bit of a substitution. Looks like Jake Plowitz is in, along with number 50, Miles Kreger.
That was the best action shot ever.
Bulldogs trying to find something to do. Gives it off to McRae.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate.
That one, fight for the loose ball at the free throw line. Jump ball called, and it will stay Romeo possession.
And that's that same guy again, Drew Van Heck, getting on the floor, getting the tie up after poking away the ball there on the entry pass.
Yeah, but Van Heck known for those hustle plays, doing another one right there. McRae inbounding from the baseline. Heimbutt driving to his left. Bad pass. Tipped by Talbot. Here he comes up the right side. He's trying to drive. Thinks better of it. Up to Loken. Loken, the jumper, in and out. Rebounded by number 33, Jake Plowitz.
Don't usually see Nate bring up the ball there, but he kept it under control, dumped it off to a wide open man, just shot didn't fall.
Yeah, exactly. The shot just did not fall right there for the Dragons.
Thank you.
McRae almost a push off. Takes the jumper, no good. Rebound by Reichwitz. Kind of a weird shot right there from McRae, didn't fall.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like a force there from McRae trying to get an early shot to go.
Van Heck in the corner, doesn't get the 3, tries to drive, flips off to Talbot again. Talbot, the floater, in and out, gets the rebound, goes up, no foul called. Trying to get the board. Reichwitz for 3, no good. That one rebounded by McRae. Dragons had a couple chances right there, could not get the basket to fall. Brandon Owens driving baseline, he's fouled. It looks like another batch of substitutions right now for both teams. It's like number 13, Greg Tarr, and number 21, Bryce Tinson are going to come in for the Bulldogs. And Dylan Bonheimer and Horst Seitz are going to come in. So they come in for Van Heck and Loken. So a little bit of a taller lineup right now for the Dragons, trying to get a little more height up there, trying to match with Romeo's height.
And if you're Romeo, you got to watch for Hunter Seitz on that perimeter. He's a lights-out perimeter shooter.
Yeah, Hunter Seitz not really known for three-point shooting, but definitely can do it if he has to. And definitely coming off the bench, that's really his specialty. As that was tipped by Reichwitz, fast break opportunity. Reichwitz going up and finishes the layup. Good job from Jake, getting the tip and the steal and the finish.
Dragons have been everywhere defensively here early on. I'm counting about 5 steals for them here in the early going.
Yeah, definitely sloppy play from the Bulldogs, because that one is a drive from Kreger. That one no good. Foul called in a batch of players. And I believe that is on the Dragons. Yeah, they're going to call Hunter Seitz for a reaching foul right there. Shea Barkley's going to come in for Isaiah Harris. I'm expecting to see a little bit more of Barkley tonight as Cummins being out. Barkley really known for his defense more than his offense, but definitely has moves on offense to get around defenders. Wouldn't be surprised to see Cam Sutton in tonight as well.
And like we saw last week, Cam Sutton's got some moves too.
Yeah, Sutton definitely has some moves. It's just a matter if he'll get the opportunity or not. Another foul inside. That one may have been on Talbot. Yeah, that will be on Talbot. That's his first. It's like McRae with him up in the big baseline. Long pass over to Greg Tarr. Hands that one off to Tinson. McRae now by the far logo.
Romeo still being very patient with the basketball here too.
Yeah, definitely very patient right now. They're trying to get something going inside, trying to make a lot of cuts, but it's not really working. Dragons playing good defense, very disciplined defense. McRae takes a long three-pointer. That one no good. Rebound by Talbot. Talbot double team, lost the ball, but a foul call. That may have been on number 21, Bryce Tinson, I believe, because he did come up with a steal.
And like you said, the Dragons' defense being very disciplined early on, holding Romeo to only 3 points here. And we're almost here at the end of the quarter, 51 seconds left to play in the first.
That foul was actually called on number 33, Jake Plowitz. 45 seconds ago, Dragons lead 12-3 in the first quarter. Slides with the ball now. Bodenheimer now, inside pass Talbot. Talbot posting up. Oh, what a move from Talbot in the finish. Good fake to try to drive to his left and then spin to his left. Again, using his right hand, but he still gets the ball in the basket. That's all you really want.
And he can get away with that against those smaller defenders. We haven't seen Blake Woodward yet, but he is definitely making his way down there in the post.
18 seconds ago now, McRae, I think he tried to hold for the last shot right here. Don't want to put more salt in the wound right now as Bulldogs are down by a bunch. That one pass out to the perimeter. Tarr for three, no good. Rebound by Plowitz. Plowitz inside, he gets the bucket. And that is the end of the first quarter. Your Dragons with an explosive first quarter. 14 points, holding Romeo to 5. We'll be back after a short break. This is the home of Dragon basketball.
Larry Buss and the crew at Jets Pizza, located at 1091 South Lapeer Road, have been a proud supporter of Orion Neighborhood Television and Dragon Athletics since 2009. Jets supplies catering for cast and crew. Thank you, Larry, for your continued support. Give them a call at 248-814-7559 for more information.
Very good first quarter from the Dragons. That's definitely something that they've been doing for most of the season, is having a strong first quarter. It's just a matter of if they can keep that type of energy and intensity up for the rest of the game. Because last week against Lapeer, they did have that same intensity, and then later in the second quarter, they kind of lost all that intensity, and they got down. But they ended up coming back and getting a good win against a good Lapeer team, 60-48. Dragons 4-0 in the season. They're definitely looking good in the OAA Red so far.
And the thing we talked about before the game, too, is it starts with that energy and that hustle. And Drew Van Heck, inserting him into the starting lineup next to Nate Talbot, has provided that tremendously for the Dragons. It kind of seems like they've kind of leaned on Drew Van Heck to provide that energy for that first unit.
Jake Reichquist, the ball handler now. Looks like this Dragons made a substitution. Marlon Robinson Jr. is in now. Marlon's seen a little bit more action in the past couple games. With Cummins being out, Duke expected him to get more playing time. Almost lost the handle of that one.
I was gonna say, damn, Joey.
Reichquist now gives that one off to Barkley.
Wrong, man?
Robinson driving baseline, decides not. Ooh, good move from Jake. Heimbach on skates right there. Dragons taking their time, trying to set up a play now. Sights for three at the top of the key. No good, off the back iron, rebounded by Plowitz.
And the Dragons haven't been very aggressive from the perimeter tonight. They've been doing a lot of their work on the inside.
Tarr driving inside and a blocking foul. That one could be on Barkley. Barkley, the man on the floor.
That was a bang-bang play right there. That could have gone either way, but he may have been too close underneath that basket.
And that foul was on Barkley, so that's his first. The Bulldogs, however, doing a very good job of quick passing up the court. Tarr's first free throw is no good, off the back iron. Bulldogs, they've had a lot of chances with that quick passing offense, just haven't been able to finish. Right there, they got a foul. Hopefully they can get some points out of it.
And they haven't been able to finish at the free throw line, it seems like, here early on. We'll see if that changes.
Yeah, missed both free throws. Critical misses. You always want to try to at least get one. That's huge for the Bulldogs right now. Being down 14-5, any points helps. Bodenheimer now. Reichwitz trying to set up a play.
And with Logan and Isaiah out, you see offense slowing up a little bit with Jake Reichwitz running that offense.
Yeah, Jake not really, most of the time he's not going to be the ball handler, especially with Jack out there. But with Jack being out, you're going to see him more ball carriers. Barkley's three, no good. Rebounded, that was a rebound by Bodenheimer. Jake Reichwitz for three, no good. Drag's not hitting it from outside so far. Loose ball. And they're going to call Marlin out of bounds, I believe. It will be Romeo ball. There's a battle for it between Tar and Robinson. But they called Robinson one being out.
And Marlon Jones acting as that kind of power player for them. Usually he plays on the perimeter in the wing, but with Drew Van Heck inserted into the starting lineup, they've kind of had to be a little bit thin up front here with their second unit.
Looks like Isaiah Harris back in the game now. Here comes McRae up the left side.
My bad, I don't know why I was.
Oh, a good pass from McRae to Heimbuck. Couldn't go anywhere though. Good defense from the Dragons to stop that opportunity. McRae gives that one off to Brandon Owens. Clowitz at the top of the key. Good tight defense from the Dragons everywhere right now. Bulldogs can't get anything going inside right now. Long pass to Owens. Owens spin moves to his right, drives inside. That layup, no good. Air ball, fight for underneath the rim. Rebound by Clowitz, no good. That one is rebounded by Reichwitz as he passes that one up to Harris up the left side. Sights over to Marlin. Marlin over to Reichwitz. Harris in the corner. His three-pointer, no good. No one for the Dragons. There's a foul right there. They called that foul. I believe they called that on. Go on Sights. Sights was trying to box out, and they boxed out a little bit too hard right there. As that will take Sights out of the game. Reichwitz also out of the game. Barkley back in now.
And Lake Orion goes back to those two twin towers with Nate Talbot and Drew Van Heck
yes.
I don't know
back
why
in the
I can't find these players.
Yeah, Nate's height and Drew's intensity. That's always a good combo. Heimbuck now passes that one, or he has the ball now. Driving to his left. Trapped by the Dragons. Loose ball.
And there's Mr. Energy for Lake Orion once again, just providing it almost every time down the floor.
Drew Van Heck all over the floor right now. They called him out of bounds while he tried to get the steal. McRae inbounds that one to Bryce Tinson at the top of the key. McRae guarded by Barkley. Tinson now. Again, Romeo really taking their time. Not a lot of cutting action from them. That's really what's kind of hurting them, is that they're not getting guys moving around the court.
Yep.
And that one, almost tipped by Harris, or it was tipped by him. Couldn't steal, but Marlin ends up grabbing it. Gives that one off to Harris. Harris inside, and he's fouled. Harris had the initial tip and lost a handle of it on the steal, but luckily Marlon Robinson was right there to pick it up.
And it looked like Romeo was kind of hanging their heads there as that ball was deflected. They could have potentially gotten that ball back, but they were hanging their heads, and Lake Orion was already down the floor.
Oh, that foul was on number 23, Blake McRae. That's his second of the game so far. First free throw by Harris is good. That's actually the first point of the quarter. We're at 14-5 to end the first, and that was the first point for either team.
A very defensive-oriented game here early on.
And that kind of seems to be the story of the season so far. Good first quarter from the Dragons, and then a sluggish second quarter. As that second free throw good by Harris, and Jake Reich was back in for Shane Barkley.
And if the Dragons start hitting their perimeter shots, this could be a blowout really early on.
Yeah, the Dragons have had a lot of opportunities to hit from the perimeter, just couldn't do it. This game, like you said, would be definitely a lot larger. That one, good job by Talbot, picked off. Driving to his left, inside the right-handed layup, no good. Grabs his own rebound, and he's fouled, I believe, on the floor.
Nate Talbot getting aggressive defensively, saw the long pass coming, steals it, goes full court, and draws the foul going hard into the paint.
Yeah, a lot of wild passes right now from the Bulldogs. That was a very questionable pass. That was a long A very long pass. He was over near the Romeo bench trying to pass it all the way across to the far.
And that was courtesy of that Lake Orion full court defense, too.
Yeah, that full court press looks like it's really getting to Romeo as that first free throw is good. And now we have a new face on the floor for the Bulldogs, number 22, Brock Horn. The football star playing a little bit of basketball now. Brock Horn sitting at 6'2". Power forward for the Bulldogs, playing middle linebacker for the football team. That was loose on the floor. Picked up by the Dragons. Reich was, he lost a handle up. He had it, and then good job from Jake Plowitz for the Bulldogs to get it from behind and regain possession for Romeo. Heimbach now guarded by Loken. Heimbach driving to his left, guarded by Loken and Drew. Horn with the ball now, gives that one over to Brandon Owens. Owens now guarded tightly. Wild pass over to Heimbach. Heimbach driving to his right. Going inside. Loose ball picked up by Talbot. No foul called. Van Heck now grabs the long pass and he's fouled. That one is on number 32, Chris Riley.
And another solid stand defensively by Lake Orion. Romeo trying to move the ball along the perimeter and not finding anything. There's no cutting. There's not really much motion action there for Romeo. Definitely been a good defensive stand here early on.
Van Heck will shoot a 1-1 here. The Dragons are in the bonus.
Number 24. Here we go.
First free throw by Van Heck is no good. In the air, rebounded by Brock Horn. Gets out of the trap, moving the ball to the court. Pass inside Plowitz. Almost blocked by Loken. Has a little bit of a hesitation in the air right there from Jake Plowitz. Puts that one in. They can score 18-7, 3:23 to go in the first half. Talbot inside, spinning to his left. Oh, good move from Talbot. Putting the ball up in the air, getting over the both defenders. Then we have a fast break right here. Number 32, that was Chris Riley.
Dragons catch another break there. Just not able to finish at the rim by Romeo.
Harris driving inside the floater again. That one in and out. Harris taking a lot of floaters, haven't had one to fall yet.
And there's Mr. Energy again, Drew Van Heck with a
Another
backcourt steal.
Trying to set up a play now from top of the key. Oh, Van Heck got pushed in the back, tried to flip it to a cutting Loken, but couldn't put enough mustard on the ball. As that one is stolen by Reichwist. Here comes Loken, fast break opportunity. Horn defending, and Loken's on the floor. Foul called on Brock Horn. That was a good foul from Horn right there, as he really had no other choice. He had to either play the defender or let Loken get the layups. Not a bad foul right there at all.
And Loken's a very fast player in the open court too. Good by Brock Horn to kind of catch up to him and foul him and stop the wide open layup.
Again, Brock Horn being a middle linebacker for the Romeo football team. Just like him using some of that speed right there from the linebacker here to play that ball. First free throw from Loken, no good off the rim. That was a bad miss right there from Loken. Number 13, Greg Tarr in now, so he will come in for Brock Horn. So after a quick spurt right there from Horn, he will come out. And it's like Dylan Bodenheimer is now in for Van Heck. Second free throw from Loken is good. That makes the score 21-7, 2:34 to go in the first half. Greg Tarr coming up the right side of the court now. Flips that one over to Heimbach. Back to Tarr. Tarr driving in the middle of the court. Out to Owen. Owens, his three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Reichwist. Players on the floor, no foul called. Reichwist wisely backs out of it, does not force a shot. Gets that one inside Talbot. Talbot spins left, flips over to Bodenheimer. Bodenheimer, the reverse layup. Good ball movement from the Dragons. All started with Reichwist from backing out of forcing a shot and getting it inside Talbot. A good choice from Talbot to pass it over to Bodenheimer and not taking the shot himself. Again, you've seen the growth from Talbot. As last year, he may have tried to take that up and may have not gotten the foul and missed the shot.
Yeah, very patient offensively. Saw the cutter, made the easy pass, didn't try to force a shot. Great offense by Nate Talbot.
As Tarr's pass is tipped by Talbot, and it looks like Shane Barkley's going to come back in again. He's going to come in for the Kyle Loken. And number 42, Blake Woodward, is in for number 33, Jake Plowitz. So the 6'8" center, a sophomore, He's in the game trying to guard Talbot. We'll see if he can do anything. As Talbot, hustle player there, he gets the ball. That was a weird play, but good job by Talbot. We'll see how the sophomore can do against Talbot underneath the rim, as we'll see. We'll get one right here. Talbot driving to his left, puts up the layup, no good.
Looks like Talbot got hit there on the arm, no call, but another aggressive move by Nate.
Looks like the 6'8" sophomore already making the noise right now, guarding Talbot right there.
Surprised he didn't go to Blake earlier on.
Yeah, because that one is good from number 32, Chris. Really, yeah, his Woodward only being a sophomore is probably the reason why he's not starting. He's probably a little raw, so that's probably why he's not on the court. Just start the game. But Barkley cutting and almost got the N1.
A great mid-post look by Nate Talbot, got the cutter, and found him for the wide open look.
Good job by Barkley. He doesn't really see much offensive action as he's mostly in for defensive purposes, but right there almost getting the N1. Good job by him. Barkley will get 2 shots at the line. Hunter Stites looking to check in now. First free throw for Barkley is good. And he will come in for Talbot. Interesting substitution, but Talbot has played most of the games. That's probably why they're trying to take Talbot out. So I'm assuming Woodward will be on Stites, as that second free throw is good. If that's the case, Hunter Stites only staying at 6'2", so it should be an interesting matchup right now for Stites. Woodward definitely outweighing Stites, as that's a bad pass right there from Heimbuck. He tried to hit number 24, Brandon Owens. That pass just off the fingertips of Owens.
And we'll see if the Dragons defense can hold Romeo to under 10 points in the first half.
Yeah, we have 33 seconds to go. Dragons up 25-9. Harris driving inside the floater. Finally, good. Harris finally getting that floater to fall.
Aggressive jump stop there by Harris and a nice finish.
Giving him 4 points in the day. Almost read that pass, but Taro wisely decides not to pass it. Owens caught the corner now. 13 seconds. That's a bad pass from Heimbuck. Heimbuck tried to hit a cutting Woodward and just threw it over the head of him.
And the Dragons defense has been all over the place, forcing turnovers almost every other possession.
Harris take the ball up now. 10 seconds. You assume they take the last shot.
Never mind. It's all
He
good.
will. The three-pointer from Harris. No good. Bad shot. Here come the Bulldogs. Here comes Greg Tarr.
Yeah.
That one shot went up, and that one is no good. So the Dragons hold the Bulldogs to 9 points. They beat 27-9 as we hit the halfway point in this ball game. We'll be back after halftime. This is the home of Dragon basketball.
We all have a role to play here at Richard Petty Motorsports. We respect each other, work hard, and that helped us get the big win in Daytona. My partners in the U.S. Air Force also know that it takes a team to make each mission a success. Your coworkers, family, and friends are your team. Treat them with respect, and together you can accomplish great things. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
27-9, holding Romeo under double digits. A very good first half, both offensively and defensively. Chris, what have you seen so far from the Dragons?
Well, looking back at kind of the 3 keys to the game that we brought up beforehand. Number 1, how will Lake Orion contain number 23, Blake McCray? Well, he has 0 points in the first half. 0 of their 9 points. Not very aggressive. About 3 or 4 missed jump shots. Done a very good job. Number 2, Lake Orion's full court press. It clearly is affecting them. 9 points. Maybe more turnovers than points for Romeo here in the first half. And then the player to watch, Drew Van Heck, he has been the player to watch. Count maybe 5 or 6 steals, forcing turnovers, finding the open guy, the open cutter. He's done everything for Lake Orion for that first year.
Yeah, that full court press really giving Romeo a lot of problems. They couldn't really get going, as they couldn't get anything going up the court. A lot of sloppy passes for them in the first half. And add that on with Drew's intensity and speed. That's just not a good combo with the Bulldogs. Get the inbound is there. Cutting Bulldog. That was number 32. That was Chris Riley. That one is good by the Dragons, or by the Bulldogs, I should say. Dragons inbound the ball. It's like Romeo starting to play a little bit of a press right now. They're trying to match what Lake Orion's doing.
And we'll see if they can carry that on throughout the game, because in the first half they did provide that full court press within the first couple minutes and then kind of faded away from it. So we'll see if they keep it going.
Talbot inside now, guarded by Woodward. Out to the corner, Loken could have had a three-point chance, but the pass was high. And fouled. Shot won't count, I believe.
And before this offensive possession for Lake Orion, Romeo did have a very solid offensive possession out of the gate, found the open cutter. He missed the layup, but they got the offensive rebound in the finish.
That foul was on number 20, Weston Jones. That's his third. Ryquist for three. That one's good. Jake Ryquist for the first, I believe it's the first three of the game for the Dragons, as finally they get a three to fall. A lot of misses in the first half.
Dragons trying to push that lead up to 20. It's at 19 right now.
Yeah, Dragons lead 30-11 right now, 7 minutes ago, and that's a backcourt violation on the Bulldogs. So number 33, Jake Plotz back in now. He's going to come in for Weston Jones. Loken inbounds that one to Van Heck. Talbot now inside, driving to his left. Ooh. Bad shot from Talbot, but he may have gotten fouled, that may have caused the bad shot from Talbot.
And Nate's little half spin there has been catching Romeo off guard. He's kind of throwing a little bit of an elbow to the side of his defender. The refs aren't calling it, so he keeps going to that same move.
That foul on Jake Plotz, that's his second of the game. First free throw is no good by Talbot. McRae didn't like the call from the ref right there. Definitely looked very frustrated. He's been frustrated really his whole game, hasn't been able to get any points up on the board. Second free throw from Talbot is good. Gets that one to bounce in. Extends the lead to 20 points, 31-11. Here comes number 32, Chris Riley. As we have a whistle on the floor. Looks like McRae will inbound. Maybe a kick ball on the Dragons right there. Long pass up to Brandon Owens. McRae now with the ball. Off to Owens. Romeo's still not really moving around. I mean, the guys kind of moving laterally back and forth with a 5-foot radius, but nothing really big right now.
Very stagnant defense or offensively.
Drew Van Heck there on the steal again, doing what he does best. Here comes Isaiah Harris now. Inside Talbot. Talbot, the hook is good. Good job from Talbot to get that right-hand hook over the defender. Also a good pass from Isaiah Harris. Good court vision from him.
Yeah, that looked too easy for Nate Talbot. Just right over the defender. No defense provided there by Romeo.
It was like a blocking foul on, no, reach-in on Harris. That's his second of the game. Looks like no substitution from Manzo, so Harris will stay in for now. Bulldogs trying to find a way to muster some type of offense here. They have gotten 2 points so far in the half, but that is it. Manzo calling ice. Inside now. Over to Riley. Riley now way out to Heimbach near the half-court line.
Yeah, and Romeo can't find anything offensively. These possessions have been lasting almost about 30 seconds each time down the court.
Yeah, no one's really moving around like how we've been saying. Everybody's just kind of staying put right now, and that's really hurting them. McGrath, that's a travel. He kind of took the ball, hopped a little bit, and then started to dribble. The refs don't call that every single time.
Yeah, Blake McRae, like we said, you'd be a little physical with him, get him out of his comfort zone, and that's what Lake Orion's done. Yeah, he's just been out of it. Yeah,
he's really looked frustrated this whole game. He's supposed to be Romeo's best player, but one of the things we saw in the scouting report is that if you can get him frustrated, that's definitely a good thing. As Harris way out, back inside Talbot. Talbot driving to his left, the reverse layup, no good off the bottom of the rim. Almost an impressive layup from Talbot, couldn't get that one to fall. Here comes McRae now. McRae driving to his left, flip over to Riley. Riley gets it to fall in. Good pass from McRae. Maybe not getting the points, but definitely doing a good job distributing it to his teammates.
And we'll see if that gets Blake going a little bit, too, kind of get him into a little bit of an offensive flow.
Yeah, sometimes it may not be a basket that gets you going, but a good assist. Ryquist now top of the key, trying to set up a play. Talbot in the top of the key, inside the Van Heck. Van Heck going up strong against Riley, gets that one to fall. Good job of Van Heck. May not be taller than Chris Riley, but definitely more physical right there.
There's Blake again. Nice little drop pass.
Yeah, Riley had the open three, but didn't take it.
And those are maybe shots that you want to take if you're Romeo, especially down 20
Yeah.
here in the third quarter. Wide open look. You never know what might happen.
Exactly. Brandon Owens lost the handle of it, and that will go out of bounds off of him. And it looks like Hunter Seitz is going to come in now.
Like we said, see, they pass up on that wide open shot, and it results in a turnover for them. No shot attempt at the rim.
And it looks like the 6'8" sophomore, Blake Woodward, back out there to combat the height of Talbot, as Loken is going to come out. And Chris Riley will also go out for the Bulldogs. So Blake getting a little bit more action now as we start the half. Got a little bit at the end of the first half. Reichwitz now off to Talbot. Van Heck gives that one off to Barkley. Tip pass.
Good ball movement from Lake Orion, too.
Yeah, they were in a little bit of trouble right there, but they were able to get out unscathed. Ooh, good fit from Talbot. He faked the pass to Harris. Van Heck now fakes the jumper, kind of caught right now. And the Dragons will reset. Harris at the top of the key. Driving left the floater again. That's his shot. Doesn't get to fall.
A lot of contact there, too.
Yeah, Harris was on the floor, but there's no foul called. Here comes Heimbach up the floor, and a blocking foul, and one. Drew Van Heck trying to do what he does best, trying to draw the charge, couldn't do it. And a good job from Heimbach to not be phased by the contact and finish the shot, getting the and one.
Yeah, I think the ref was saying that Drew wasn't stationary, wasn't planted yet, and that's why they had to call that block foul.
Yeah, wasn't planted long enough to get the charge. As Heimbach finishes the and one, getting the old-fashioned 3 points, as Barkley will come in now for Isaiah Harris. Romeo is starting to heat up just a tiny bit here as we enter the middle part of the third quarter. 3:25 to go. Dragons lead 35-16, 19-point lead. Heimbach guarding a little bit tighter right now. You can kind of see the energy for the Bulldogs start to rise a little bit, as that's a bad pass from Reichwitz just over the fingertips of Seitz. McRae now driving, and that one almost stolen by Van Heck. And it is stolen. Here comes Van Heck now. Gives that one off to Barkley. Barkley, can he finish? He can. Shane Barkley. Good job from Van Heck. Almost got the initials. And that one picked off by Barkley. That one's good. Shane Barkley.
And Drew Van Heck might finish this game in double digits with steals. I believe he's got about 7 or 8.
As another block. Now that one was questionable. That one, it looked like Drew was planning for a good minute right there. The ref called the block. But again, Drew Van Heck still doing a very good job all around today.
And you're not upset with Drew trying to take that charge there. Honestly looked like he got in position in time. Ref didn't see it that way, though.
And with that being Drew's third, Mansell's going to take Drew out of the game, as you don't want him getting out. You don't want him getting out of the game too early. Even though it is a 39-18 lead, there's still a lot of ball game left, as we have a timeout taken by Romeo.
30-second timeout. DVD copies can be purchased by calling ONTV at 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060. For only $10, you can get a copy of not only this game, but any game or program in our broadcast vault. That's DVD copies 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060.
So Dragons lead 39-18, 2:43 to go in the third quarter. Shane Barkley getting a little bit more action today with Cummins being out and not really known for his offense, but definitely doing a very good job here. He had 2 buckets in about 5 seconds. He had the pass from Van Heck off the steal, and then he ended up getting his own steal off the inbound pass and a little jumper from the baseline. So good job from him. Has about 5 or 6 points today.
And I really like the results, too, of Manzo starting Drew Van Heck next to Nate Talbot. That's paid off in its dividends tonight.
That free throw is good from number 24, Brandon Owens. Here come the Dragons now. Barkley handling the ball, gives that one over to Reichwitz. Boneheimer now. Seitz was inside, and that one, a bad pass from Reichwitz. Here comes Heimbach, guarded by Seitz. On a good steal from Seitz. Way to steal and not draw fouls. He gives that one to Talbot. Long pass, players on the floor, and they're calling jump ball.
That's a good defensive play there by Romeo. It looks like it may have been a lot of body contact there, but it looked like maybe 24 got all ball there, and that's why they called the jump.
Yeah, very good defensive stand from both teams. Good job by Seitz on the far end to get the steal without fouling, and good job by Brandon Owens to draw the jump ball. Granted, it is still Dragons' ball, but could have been worse if it was a foul. Bodenheimer driving inside, no good. He's on the floor, no foul called. Here comes Heimbuck over to McRae. McRae finally gets his first points of the game. That layup is good.
Good stand there by the sophomore Blake Woodward, too, going up against the senior Nate Talbot. He's had a couple good minutes here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Woodward really making his presence known right now. He's definitely doing a decent job against Talbot, Romeo trying to match the height of Talbot, and as that's a bad pass. Here comes Heimbuck again. Heimbuck taking himself up against Talbot, and that was blocked by Talbot, but still rebounded by the Bulldogs. Ball in the air, and McRae somehow comes out with it. He's driving right now. He goes up, and I believe he got the N1. He did. Crazy turn of events right there as another bad pass resulted in a steal for Heimbuck, and he couldn't finish himself, but somehow McRae ended up with the ball, got out of it, drove back inside, and got the N1.
Yeah, before Blake got that N1 opportunity, it was a great block by Nate Talbot.
Yeah, very good block. It just fell in the hands of the Bulldogs, unfortunately. Just a bad bounce.
And back-to-back buckets by Blake there. Wonder if that's getting them going. You saw him get a couple nice passes early on, get him in an offensive flow.
His that free throw is no good from McRae, and the foul called. That one was called. That was called on Jake Plotz, number 33. That's his third. And I guess, it looks like we have a technical foul called on the floor. Did not see the ref call that.
Yeah, 33 for Romeo.
Was Plotz the one
Jake
that
Plotz.
had the technical?
Yep. He kind of slammed the ball down.
Yeah.
Didn't catch it, let the ball drop.
Yeah,
They'll call that every time.
Yeah, in high school ball, they'll always call that. That's probably why I didn't see it, because I was looking at the substitutions. And that technical got called on Plotz, as number 13, Greg Tarr, is going to come in now. He's going to come in from McRae. McRae kind of heating up this third quarter.
Looks like he was kind of wondering why I was coming out of the
why he
court,
was coming out of the game. Here come the Dragons now. Harris now handing the ball, guarded by Heimbuck. Bodenheimer. Talbot inside, now driving to his left, uses the right hand again, no good. Rebounded by Blake Woodward, and there's his first board of the game. Wasn't guarding Talbot, but still was able to get the board as Harris with the steal now. He comes up the middle of the court. Harris driving now inside, he's on the floor. And a foul called, I believe, on the Bulldogs.
One thing with Isaiah Harris, too, he's very aggressive offensively. He's looking to get to that basket. He's looking to draw some contact and try to get a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, Harris definitely not afraid to take any type of shot.
Yep.
As we see, he's tried the floater, he's tried the three-pointer, tried the layup right there and got fouled.
And if he can start off a game hitting those perimeter shots, it's going to be trouble for the opposing team.
That first free throw is good. Shane Barkley and Marlon Robinson coming in now. Barkley comes in for Ryquist, and Robinson comes in for Talbot. Interesting substitution right there from Manzo, putting in Marlon, who basically is a foot shorter than Talbot, almost. So we'll see how this lineup plays out. Bulldogs will inbound. Down to 21, Bryce Tinson. Good press from the Dragons. As that's a bad pass out of bounds. There we go. We see the press again working for the Dragons, forcing sloppy passes from the Bulldogs, resulting in turnovers.
And the Bulldogs keep trying to do those full court passes, just not converting.
Yeah.
That's about the third or fourth one that's resulted in it sailing out of bounds.
Yeah, they're just overthrowing a lot of the guys that they're trying to hit on the full court passes. Harris driving inside, bad miss. Bodenheimer blocked from behind. Marlon Robinson goes up and he's fouled. Initial miss from Harris on the layup, no good. Bodenheimer had the board, tried to go up, he got blocked from behind. And I'm going to Marlon Robinson. And he ended up getting fouled. That was on number 4, Ryan Heimbuck. That's his first of the game. Good job by him to stay out of foul trouble. First free throw from Marlon Robinson is good. That's his first point of the game. 44-23, Dragons lead. 41.3 to go in the third quarter. Second free throw from Robinson is good. So Marlin gets his first 2 points of the game. It's like Brock Horn now in for the Bulldogs, number 2. Heimbuck almost lost the handle of it. Tar now driving inside, gives that one off to Tinson. No good, rebound by Boneheimer.
Boneheimer being that 5-man for Lake Orion, second unit right now.
Harris, I believe, something got called right there. I think he may have had a push off right there. There's no, yeah. Push off on Harris. That's his 3rd of the game, so he just got to be a little bit careful. Now that one's stolen by Barkley. Barkley doing it all.
Another turnover from that Dragons full court press.
Another inbound steal from Barkley, giving him close to, I believe, 6 or 7 on the day. As a reverse layup from Horn, no good. Players on the floor fight for it underneath, and I believe Romeo called the timeout. I believe they did. Yes, they did. Timeout Bulldogs, 47-23, 2.4 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Go mobile with ONTV anytime. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube on your mobile devices. Connect with ONTV to see what's happening in our studio, see upcoming events, and watch ONTV programs in high definition on demand. ONTV working to bring Lake Orion to the world.
So Romeo kind of getting things going right there in the 3rd quarter. They're still down by more than 20, but they finally got some offense going after a very slow first half. But Dragons also matching that with their own set of points. Kind of a wild 3rd quarter, lots of bodies on the floor, a little bit more physical play from both teams.
Yeah, Romeo struggling defensively, but their offense has finally kicked into gear. They have 14 points in this quarter after only scoring 9 in the first half.
Yeah, you'd think this would be a closer game if they played the same way in the first half as they are now, but definitely a very slow first half for the Bulldogs, which is why they're in this deficit. Looks like Heimbuck's going to inbound from the far baseline. Inbound now to Tinson. No, that was number 20. Weston Jones gets the buzzer beater. So to end the 3rd quarter, Dragons leads 47-25.
Be sure to tune in to replays of your favorite games right here on ONTV. Tune in Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 7 p.m. Saturdays at 1 p.m. for the most current games in our lineup. Games are also replayed throughout the week, so check out our program guide on our webpage at orionontv.org for replay times that best fit your viewing schedule. Also visit our YouTube link for games on demand at www.orionontv.org.
So a strong end of the 3rd quarter right there for the Bulldogs as the inbound pass to number 20, Weston Jones, and he was able to finish on the contact layup. Good job from the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs finished with 16 points there in that 3rd quarter, but Dragons still outscored them in the quarter, putting up 20 points in that quarter, kind of enlarging their lead, now up 22.
Yeah, again, like I was saying, if they had played the same way in the first half, this score definitely would not be as bad. But with that very sluggish first half, it puts them in a bad deficit right now.
I think a lot of it comes, too, is from Blake McCray, kind of
forcing shots, bad passes, a lot of it. Trying to do too much, and sometimes doing too much can result in bad play. Tinson now with the ball, almost stolen by Van Heck. Trying to drive on Van Heck, can't do it. McRae now, he's trying to drive baseline. His layup is, no, in and out, bad bounce, rebounded by number 20, Weston Jones. He puts it in. Good job by Jones to finish.
You still like that aggressiveness from Blake McCray, though, making something happen. That's what you needed to see from him in the first half.
Yeah, just a very tough bounce right there. There's nothing you can do about that. That's just basketball. Talbot driving inside, almost a travel, no call. Here come the Bulldogs once again.
In that instance, maybe you'd like to see Nate Talbot kick that out to Drew Van Heck there on the perimeter.
Yeah. McRae now trying to drive inside again. That one was probably a forced shot. Good board from Weston Jones. He's really been doing good these past couple minutes or so. Tinson now lost the handle of it near the corner. Got it back, though. McRae gives out the Heimbuck. Heimbuck driving left. Tinson now. As loose ball gotten by Harris. Reichwitz now puts up the Loken. Loken driving to his right, going inside. The little jumper, no good. Wild block from Loken. Ball on the floor, still loose. And they're going to call out of bounds on the Dragons as I believe that was Loken, whose feet were out of bounds as he was trying to fight for the ball, so they're going to call that out of bounds.
And one of the key Dragons that have been a little bit quiet tonight, Kyle Loken. He hasn't been getting many shots to drop early on. Has played really solid defense, just offensively hasn't been able to get into a rhythm.
Yeah, hasn't really got anything going offensively, but definitely defensively doing a very good job. As McRae driving again now, trying to drive against Talbot, flips it off. Bad miss from Jake Plotz, but he got fouled as he went up.
And another good drop-off pass there by Blake McRae. He's really kind of getting into a little bit of a groove there as a playmaker. He's getting to the rim. Trying to finish at the rim hasn't been happening so much, but when he's finding players cutting to the basket, then you got to start converting.
That foul's on Van Heck. That's his fourth, so he's got to be very careful as he's already at 4. As Plotz misses his first free throw. Sights then coming for Loken. Van Heck will stay in, but Bodenheimer looking to check in now, so wouldn't be surprised to see Van Heck coming out after this free throw.
And I wonder if this will be the end for Drew Van Heck tonight with a 20-point lead here in the 4th, if he does indeed come out next.
As Weston Jones is called for a foul right there. That's the team's 7th. That's also his 4th. And I believe that puts the Dragons in the bonus, so whoever got fouled by Jones will go to the line. And it looks like Van Heck will be the free throw taker. Will be in a 1-on-1 situation. So it looks like Seitz comes in now. Bodenheimer goes back to the bench. Van Heck misses that free throw off the back iron. Heimbach now over to McRae. Inside, Blake Woodward can't get it to fall. Rebound by Seitz on the floor. And another foul called on the Bulldogs, so Seitz will go to the line for another 1-on-1 situation. That's on number 33, Jake Plotz. That's his 5th. He really just got 4, and that's his 5th right there. Now Bodenheimer coming for Van Heck. And Plotz really only being in that foul-out situation because of that technical he got in the 3rd quarter. If he didn't get that technical, he would still be in the game right now. As now looks like number 32, Chris Riley's going to come in now. So he will come in for Plotz. Plotz will sit on the bench as he's done for the night. Seitz at the line for a 1-on-1 situation. First free throw by him is no good. Also off the back iron. Rebounded by Woodward.
I really like what I've seen from Woodward here in the 2nd half, too.
Yeah, still a lot of raw talent, but he's definitely doing a good job getting a lot of boards. Definitely
being aggressive next to Nate Talbot, too.
Yeah. You always wonder what you're going to get from a sophomore if he's going to be aggressive or be timid. Is that a good layup from Heimbach? Really contorting his body right there, getting a fancy layup, giving him more points on the day. But yeah, Blake Woodward being aggressive, which is always what you want to see, especially from a sophomore. You never know how they're going to do on the big stage. Reich was now guarded by number 24, Brandon Owens. Bodenheimer now caught in the baseline. Ends out off the Reichwitz. Harris now will reset at the top of the key. Reichwitz past that cutting Seitz inside, guarded by Woodward. Lost the handle of it, taken by Owens. Here he comes, fast break opportunity. Goes up and blocked. Oh, they're going to call foul on Reichwitz, I believe.
They're going to say he got him with the body there, but it was a clean block up top.
Yeah, good job by Reichwitz. That'll be his first. Looked clean, but yeah, looks like they may have kind of bodied him up before he got the block up top.
Yep, Jake Reichwitz really sized up that block there, too. You kind of see him sizing it up in real time, but got him with the body.
Still good effort right there from Reichwitz. That first free throw is in and out. Bad miss from Owens right there. They really haven't been good from the free throw line all night, which also has been hurting them along with just not having a good first half. Reichwitz calls for a man, gets Seitz. 5 minutes to go now, 47-30, Dragons lead. Harris now guarded by Heimbach. Dragons really taking their time, trying to waste as much clock as they can. Pass out to Talbot, guarded by Woodward. The step back from Talbot falls in.
Tough fadeaway by Nate.
Yeah, kind of did a little spin move and did the post fadeaway and got to roll in.
Looked like there was some contact there, too.
Woodward takes a jumper. That one's good. Woodward, the sophomore, making his presence known, doing a very good job off the bench.
Looks like he could definitely be a nice building block here for Romeo, especially since he's only a sophomore.
Yeah, definitely good things for him to come, or good things to come for him. As he's looking very good right now. That one's stolen by Owens. Here he comes. Seitz now guarding, and Seitz with the foul right there. Owens on the floor.
Lake Orion getting really kind of a little bit sloppy with the ball here. Maybe they're looking at the final score, 4 minutes left in the game, and they're just trying to get out of here.
Yeah, the energy really picking up for the Bulldogs despite the deficit. A lot of kind of lethargic passes from the Dragons as that free throw is off the front of the rim again. And it looks like a substitution now. Looks like the junior Mitch Howell will come in along with the other junior, Marvin Robinson Jr., and Mahek will also come in. He will come in for Bodenheimer. So 3 juniors on the floor right now. Granted, Drew being a veteran player playing on varsity last year. As that one is rebounded by Talbot, so Owens will miss both his free throws at the line.
And that's kind of been a struggle for Romeo tonight too, kind of converting at that free throw line. There's been plenty of points left at the line tonight for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, looking at the score right now, even if they made some of those free throws, it definitely would be somewhat of a manageable game, as that jump shot's good from the free throw line. Nate Talbot shooting a little bit from outside, not really known for doing that, but ends up putting it in. As now Woodward going inside, and Talbot can't get that one to fall. Woodward not afraid to take up, or not afraid to go up against Talbot, not intimidated. As Van Heck driving inside, and he will be fouled by Blake McRae.
Surprised to see Drew Van Heck back in there, but I guess with the energy dropping a little bit from that second unit, Manzo wanted to see some energy pick up.
Yeah. That is McRae's 4th, so he's also has to be careful. First free throw from Van Heck is no good off front of the rim. So a lot of good players right now for both teams in foul trouble, as Greg Tarz would come in for number 24, Brandon Owens. But yeah, like what you're saying, if the Bulldogs have converted some of those free throws that they've had, this game definitely would not be as big of a lead as it is. As that one can't fall in. Bad bounce, but rebound by Marlin. Good effort, and he traveled. I'm going to call travel on Marlin. As a good effort to grab that board, being one of the smallest guys on the court, going up and get that missed free throw. But he traveled that he tried to get the ball out. And Bodenheimer's going to come out, or come in, I should say. Talbot will come out. So it looks like with 3:34 to go, Amanda's going to try to put a little bit more of the bench in. As Jake Reichels being the only, well, Drew and Jake being the only stars out there right now. Got McRae over the Heimbach. Heimbach driving.
Good pass.
Good pass inside the Woodward, and there he is again, getting more points on the day. I believe that's his second set of points right there. Good job by Blake.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't go to him early on, maybe because he is a sophomore.
Yeah.
Didn't want to put him in that situation, but he's played really well in the second.
Good move from Marlin. Can't finish though. Bad miss. Marlin's on the floor. No foul called. Here come the Bulldogs. That one's picked off by Van Heck. Good job by Drew again, getting a lot of steals. And Manzo is going to call a timeout. He's going to call a full timeout. Drags lead 51-34, 2:52 to go in the game.
During this sports season, ONTV will be covering a large variety of games. Our sports coverage will include varsity boys basketball, varsity girls basketball, and varsity hockey games. Select games will be streamed live on dragonbroadcasting.org and will be replayed on our channel Comcast 10 and AT&T 99. Visit OrionONTV.org for our program schedule.
So timeout taken by Coach Manzo. 51-34, Dragons lead. 2:52 to go in the game. Definitely overall a very good game for the Dragons. A lot of good defense, a lot of good offense, especially, but defensively, Van Heck doing a very good job. And a lot of steals on the day. Really just being a defensive main on the court, doing what he does best, as we always say.
But you got to give a little bit of credit, too, to Romeo here in the second half.
Yeah.
They've only had 9 points at the half. They've put up 34 here for the game as we're late in the fourth. So they've picked it up, the intensity, they picked up their defense, and they picked up their offense here in the second.
Yeah, they've scored 25 points here in the half. Imagine if they had that, if they had the same amount of points in the first half, they'd be down by 1 right now.
Yep, different ball game.
Definitely a very different ball game, especially with the Dragons missing some opportunities, especially on the perimeter.
Romeo going back to that full court press here too late in the game.
Marlin taking the ball all at the court. Good job by him. Van Heck driving inside. Pass it to Bodenheimer. Good pass.
And that's a staple in Drew Van Heck's game, that little dish pass to the cutter.
It's so subtle. You never really, if you blink, you'll miss it.
Exactly.
As Van Heck kind of makes a little bit of a snake eyes pass whenever he does a little flip. As Cam Sutton coming in the game now, he's going to come in for, I believe, Reichwitz. He will.
And we'll see if Cam can show us something with 2:30 left. He did that last week. We'll probably be able to do it again. He's got a lot of quick movement to him. Very quick first step to get past that as an initial defender.
Yeah, Cam Sutton having a little bit more time, having 2:32 to go. In the previous game where he got in, I believe only had about a minute or so, but still managed to get 4 points, so we'll see what he can do, as that first free throw is good for McRae. So an all-junior lineup right now for the Dragons, Granite Van Heck being a veteran varsity player, but still a lot of young talent right now on the court. Mitch Howell now taking ball handling duties, guarded by McRae. And you can really just see the enthusiasm of all these juniors there. It's just all energetic, all over the court, all of them trying to show what they can do on the varsity stage.
And it's a good opportunity for them, especially with a good chunk of time left on the clock, which they usually won't see.
Yeah, Romeo still has a good amount of their starters on the floor, so this definitely isn't, bad competition by any means.
And it looks like Lake Orion really wants to run that clock as much as possible.
Yeah. I know it's always hard, as that's a bad pass from Howell. Flipped up to Greg Tarr. Here he comes. As can't get that one to fall. Rebounded by Howell. Good defense from Bodenheimer to chase down that bad pass. Van Heck now fakes the three. Sutton in the corner for three. No good. Rebound by Marlin. Marlin inside. Blocked from behind by Greg Tarr. No foul called. 3-on-1, 3-on-2 for the Bulldogs. McRae takes the three. That one no good. That one fight for it inside. And a push foul, I believe, as number 10, Josh Fowler, 6-foot guard, a junior.
And that block by Greg Tarr for Romeo, too. He blocked it right out of his
Very
hands.
aggressive block.
And just snatched it and was off to the races.
So Fowler will get 2 shots. First free throw from Fowler is good. So Fowler gets his first points of the game. Looks like number one, Ben Chesnick is going to come in the game now. 6-foot junior as well. As that one's rebounded by Weston Jones inside the Woodward, tipped away by Bodenheimer. As another substitution, number 21, Zach Hay. So Zach Hay will check out the last and final starter for the Dragons, Drew Van Heck. So
Drew Van Heck has definitely been the player of the game here for Lake Orion. Started off the game with a bunch of energy, and it finished it that way as well.
Very good game from Van Heck as usual. That three-pointer from Tarr, no good. Rebounded by Marlin. Gets that one to Bodenheimer. Tipped away by Chesnick. So Chesnick making his presence known already, getting a tip pass out of bounds, flying across the court. And this is a true, pure young talent lineup right here from the Dragons. As tight defense from Chesnick, and he fouled Howell right there. So that will send Howell to the line.
Yeah, just a bad foul there by Romeo. Maybe a little too
I think
over defensive.
Yeah, I think with Chesnick, this being late stages in the game, he's just trying to play as hard as he can, trying to show the coach what he can do. Him being a junior, doesn't see much playing time early in the game. As that one is missed from Howell. Howell trying to get his first point in the game right here. 53-37, Dragons lead, 1:13 to go in the game. Second free throw by Howell is good. So Mitch Howell gets his first point of the game, the dreaded 1 point, but still has one on the scoreboard. Greg Tarr to inbound, gives that one off to Chesnick and gives it right back to Tarr. Guarded by Marlin. Picked off by Robinson. Here he comes. Marlin driving in the middle of the court. Gives that one off to Howell. Howell, the jumper, gets it to fall in. Mitch Howell. And a 30-second timeout taken by Manzo. 56-37, 54.3 to go in the game.
ONTV is getting ready to launch our brand new internet radio station. You can create your own podcast or radio show or sign up to become a DJ. For more information on the radio station, give us a call at 248-693-3377 or 248-693-1060.
So much Hall finally able to get rid of that dreaded 1 point with a little jumper near the baseline, getting that one to bounce in, giving him 3 points on the day. Good job by Marlon to pick that ball off over by the Romeo bench and creating those points. As now another substitution. Looks like number 14, Cruz Moran, is now in for the Dragons. Another junior, standing at 5'8", small guy, but definitely a lot of energy, a lot of tenacious defense.
Yeah, he's known for his defense.
Yeah, watched him on JV, definitely a very good defensive player. Kind of a role player on JV, but still a very good defensive player. Cam Sutton now on the edge, didn't take the three. I thought he was going to, but I think the Dragons maybe trying to just run out the clock right here.
And the Dragons are going to push their undefeated season a little bit longer here, too.
Sutton inside, layup, no good, rebound by Weston Jones. Here comes Chesnick now. Chesnick guarded by 2 Dragons as Marlon flies into the stands. Marlon had the chase down steal from behind. Almost, he actually did save it, but just the ball's on the ground. A lot of guys didn't know if the ball was actually out of bounds or not. Ended up bouncing off of the Dragon. Tarda inbound from the baseline, guarded by Cruz Moran. Weston Jones driving inside over Marlon. Marlon on the floor, no foul called. Zach Hay now gives that one off to Cam Sutton. 10 seconds to go, and you think Cam might try to run out the clock right here.
And that's exactly what he'll do.
That's what he'll do. So the Dragons will win here, 56-37. A very good win from the Dragons after a very explosive first half. As we usually see from the Dragons, extending their lead to 5-0, undefeated at home, extending that undefeated streak from last season. Romeo will fall to 1-4. That's all we have for you guys. I'm Kevin McCormick, along with my partner, Chris Pappas. This is the home of Dragon basketball.